back to the code. So welcome on the second session. Let me share my screen again. So I hope you can see it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So as I said, if you, the only thing here was more of the mistake was just spelling errors, because here I had to put percentage, but here my percentage had an A. So that's why it was not working. In the first place, I added too many brackets. That's why it was not working. Yeah, so I said if you install a package called RBrewer, then you should be able to use this just to change here. How do I know like to put paired? So if I do this, I'll just put question mark and then I will say, okay, get a package called RBrewer. So how do I get that? Okay, I need to call it first of all library and then code RBrewer. It will come. Okay, then I put a question mark and then question mark is I want to get help of RBrewer. So if I run that, then I come here. I can click on this one so that it goes into the next. So here I will go and then I'll be able to tell. So like that one paired, I got paired here. You can change it to DAC2 or Ascent. So for example, let's change to DAC2 and see how it will look. So DAC2, I'll run the whole of this chunk. Wow, nothing that much changes. It's pretty the same. How about if I put Ascent? Wow, nothing changes much. Today's, okay. So we go here and then we run here as well. All right, nothing changes much. But those kind of colors, oh, I know why it's changing. It's not changing because I only had put one parameter in terms of the labels. Here, I only put percentage. So I can add another function called sep. So I'll put sep p like that. Then this sep will be just in quotes like that. And then this whole chunk is 1. This whole chunk is 1. This whole chunk, sorry, up to here is 1. So make sure that the brackets are closing well. So if you click on the bracket, it will, like here, it will tell you which ones you are. So you click in front, it also tells you, I close up here. So I can choose to add another function called color. So if I choose color equal to black, for example, then if I run this, well, I still get the same. Interesting. I thought it would change. So today is full of, yeah, I'm still getting the same. Then where am I missing to change my color? So let's see. Otherwise it would have been, okay. What if I just removed here, I removed the whole of this chunk, the color blue, what will happen in the first place? So if I do that, I get back to the original one. So if I get back to the original one, then I'll add scale, fill, and I get bluer, and then I put accent. and then it gets back to the same. Interesting. So for the meantime, I will leave it the way it is, but you know, without a title, it shouldn't be. So I need to give it a title. How do I give it a title? I'll put GG title, and then I'll put my title here. Distribution of respondents education level. So if I do that, yeah, it will have its title here. And then the accent one is not okay, because here it says accent instead of saying what? Instead of saying education level. So I can change that one by adding, okay, by adding labels. And then I'll say fill my label equal to, I want to label the accent one to be education level. It's not changing. Today is full of debugging. So ggplot data wash, this one is okay. Y percentage fill is education level. Geombus, that is identity. I am flipping the code here. And then here I am adding a geom text. Label is equal to label position. Then label, I'm labeling by percentage. Color, I'm saying put it black. Let's try put it white. Whatever I can, whichever I can change. And then theme void, then plus scale fill brewer accent, and then GG title distribution of that, plus label fill education label. Wow, it's only changing inside. So if I remove this color brewer for the meantime, and then I do that, what do I do? Okay, I have two additions here. So I get back to what was Nemo. All right. So that's what we are getting. Okay. I will put back my, and then change here. I will write parrot. I want to specific. Sometimes it works the way it's inside, but sometimes you can add what are known as parrot. So parrots, there's as I said, area place, I'm going to share a book. You'll not find all of them in one book, but there is one book by a chief scientist at ARA Studio. Today I'm going to post it. You can also access it online, which you get more of what we have been doing. And I know you will not get things like pie chart and things and etc. But it's a good book that you can start with. So if I do that, I hope maybe this one will work. Yep. So this one works. So here we are supposed to include parrot, but sometimes with accent it just works. It doesn't need to. I don't know why it was not working. So if you do that, you can also change to that. And then here I can put back my black. And then you can play around and get all of those. If you go to your pie chart, you look like that. Okay, I can put back my tertiary education here. I need my tertiary education back. So I will remove the whole of this one and then learn this one again and learn that one again. So I have several, I think now I have 4 of them. If I do, you see that my tertiary education is here is very small. But that's how we plot pie charts in we plot pie charts in R. It's a bit confusing, but it's worth trying it because the plots looks a bit Amazing. Now, I want us to do the bonus one. So as I said, the bonus is called a donut chart. So a donut chart, it will look like the same, the way this one is. It will pretty look like the way this one, the pie chart is. So I will not like rewrite, okay, for the sake of learning, we can rewrite the whole code. I wanted just to do a shortcut of copying and pasting, but let's do it together, like the whole line of code for the donut chart. I think you have seen donut charts in many people love them so much. So on top there, it will pretty look the same. So I will just start with ggplot, and then I will get data equal to, I still use the washpy. So I'll put, I already talked about ESC is sort of an aesthetic mapping. And then here it's the difference now. Here I was saying X should take a blank one, but here I'll say, okay, X take a true limit. So I'll tell you where the limits come in. I want to make a hole inside the pie chart because a donut chart is more like a pie chart with a hole inside. So that's what I am starting here, and then I'll say, okay, wow, sorry, not on that one. So we are here, I will say, okay, Y should be equal to the percentage. Was this the correct spelling? I think so. And then you need to fill it by education. That's what I want, like fill the whole of the pie chart by education. And then pretty here to look the same. Create a jump bar where start is equal to identity, like that. If I learn this one, I will get back to the way it was before. And then I need to start flipping now. I will flip it to a polar now, add like a polar, a pie chart. So if I do that, I flip that, then I can say Y like that. And then this is, it starts at 0. I can always, it starts at 0 going clockwise. I can always put a start here. For example, I'll put comma and then I'll say start equal to 200. Okay, so if I do that, you find now it has changed. It's not following the way it was in the proper pie chart in the first place, the way it was. You can change it, but it should not go beyond 360. You can change any value, but it shouldn't go beyond 360 because that's a cycle. And then I'll put the geom text as well, like the way I had put that one. So I'll put geom text like that. I'll put the very same, like the way it was in pie chart. Then Y should be equal to label dot position, like is what it was in the before. Then label the ones as percentage. Okay, percentage like that, but they should be actual percentage. And then I can put the separate in here so that I don't have problem. You can include it or you can leave it. It won't make any much problem with you, I can change the color of the ink inside, the one that will be showing my percentage to white or black or whatever, green or red. So I will leave it as in the first place, I'll put it white. We can always change it. And then I am here, I need to put theme, but this theme should be a void one. That means I'm removing this upper part, the outer part, the background in other way around. So like that. If I do that, I have removed the background and I have this is the one we all know. Now I can also change the color by putting the scalar, then fill, bluer, and then I'll say, okay, palette, I need to put palette here equal to set 1, for example. So if I do that, how do I get set 1? I already showed you in the first place that if I put a question mark here and say R color blue like that, then I get to this. So here I'll have different colors here. I'll have accent going down, set 1, set 2, whichever works with you. So whichever you like. I mean, ladies like colors, so hope they will enjoy it much getting to this color or that color. So if you have this as your pie chart. We have to put a hole inside so that it should look like a donut. So how do we put a hole? Simple. You need just to put an X limit here. So if I add, then I'll say, okay, limit an X from 0.2 to 2.5. So once you put a limit, then it should create a hole. So yeah, if you get a hole, then these are the famous charts that you see. And then what do? Edge here does not like look good, so you can change the label here. Label, I want to change the label. So I will need to change the label, and then this label should be called what? Education level. And then I need also to add the title. So I will need to add the title plus GG title. And then I'll put a title. Donut. I don't know if that's a good spelling. Is that the spelling for donut? Donut chart showing respondents education level, for example. But you can always like that. So if I do this one, then check on my plot, I have that one. This 0.9 is so small, I can just filter it. So I'll go back to my data here, and then I'll just include, I need just to filter those guys, the tertiary one. So I will put filter, then education should not be equal to tertiary, another way around, get everyone who has tertiary education out. And if I do that, then I only have these three. Now I only have those three. 26% here, 14%, 61% education level, donut chart showing respondents, and what have you. So that's how we do the donut charts showing, yeah. I think on that, I would have finished all of these in the first session, but it looks like errors and the like. And actually it was good that I was getting errors, so that you should know that doing it does not necessarily that you are going to be moving in a smooth way. At some point you'll be getting errors and the like, and errors should not leave you back, but should be moving you forward. So on that note, I am sending you a very book, the book that I was talking about. It's called R for Data Science. And you can explore a lot of things there. It's online, it's free, and is one of the best books that you would learn R. So I have just shared here on the chat. I'll also share it on WhatsApp. I think this is a very good book. You can get it free of charge and try to do lots and lots and lots of things. So thank you so much, everyone. Unless if there are questions, concerns, and the like. I know we only have few here, but I will give you an opportunity as into what next should we do. I said there was a like sort of a list of things that can be done, but I want us to prioritize which ones would you be interested to learn on how to do it in R, or if you have any. My data set were not all that fine, so I would also encourage if you have your own data set that we can try to explore together, or else if you had some challenges somewhere and you would want us to explore that kind of data set together, then that would also be an ideal situation for me. Otherwise, I would say that we can end our lesson here. But I am open for discussions, just like as I said before. So open for discussions, especially for the next sessions. Otherwise, then I think for the sake of work, this is all you need to know. Like even in my daily work, this is all that I mostly do. And actually, I don't do them using R most of the times. But because people are more used to Excel, like in our workplace, so we will do much of those things in Excel. Only that R provide some fancy sort of graphs. As you would see, the pie chart here looks very amazing. As one of my colleagues from my former class used to say. Last but one is, how do we, yes, I didn't exploit it. We got this graph, but how do we save this graph then? So you can save this graph in various ways, okay? So you can copy it as an image, and then I'll go to my Word document and paste it there. Or you can click export, then export as image, then it will also show you, and it will also show you how big it should. If, for example, you need here, you can do the update preview. You want to get it. So if you do that way, it also increases here and the like. You do that way, it will increase. This is how it will look like. So you can click here, view plot after saving, and then you hit save. So it will be saved in the, I don't know if you can see you can only see my R, but I have saved it and I've opened it. So it will be saved in your working directory as a graph. So that's how, I forgot to say, that's how we can save that. You can also save it as a PDF or whichever you feel is fine for you.
So Moses, I just have a quick query.
Yes.
While saving the graph, it can only be saved as image, right? We can only play with the size, not with any error or like editing with, just say like language. If I want to edit my title, I cannot do it while saving, right?
Yeah, so once you want to edit title, you need to edit title in the code.
In the code itself. Okay.
Yeah, in the code itself, yeah. But people have created like other interfaces, like other working environment for R where you can do that. Like the way you do in SPSS. Yeah, so there are some, I will maybe like get you a list of like working environment where I can interact with R. R Studio is only recommended because we like have code here, output here, we see the data here, so that's why most people use R Studio and looks the best, but there are many other.
Okay, thank you.
And I have, I'll also be sharing a lot of script that I have written, and then you can also, like when you be working on it, please copy from my script or whichever script you find on the internet and put it there, modify it so that it works on your side. That's all. I mean, that's what we need. We need not to be thinking like, oh, what I need to do here, like, no, get it on the internet, search, you find it, copy it, modify it. If it fits in your context, then that's fine. So that's the important thing. I would encourage you whilst in your learning path to be using the data set in R, for example. We have a data set called here, empty cars is a famous data set. So this is one of the data sets that comes with R, for example. So I wouldn't want you to be using this because it was established in the US is about cars and you don't understand about cars and things like those. So better get the data from your side that you understand. Maybe from the lab on the project that you're working on, or else from the field that you're working on, and then try to think through, how do I play around this? So once you read the book, the one that I have sent, don't use the information, the data set from the book. Use the data set that you understand and that you know, because in that context, it will be able to help you understand or apply the things on the actual ground, like on an actual ground. So that's why I even here, I was only using the data set that I pretty know. Okay, we had wash data set. Okay, we had food data set, and whatever data set that you might get. So if there is no question or if there is no anything that we want us to like work on for the subsequent weeks, then I would say possibly we also need to end the intro to R here. And maybe think of another software or another thing that you want me to assist. But I think this is the introduction.
I would just say thank you, Moses. All of the lessons were so helpful for me personally because I was trying to learn R, and at the meantime, I saw that you are giving training on R. So let's hope some of the team members will write what we want for the next lesson, or if not, we can decide what to do.
All right. Yeah, sure.
Let's wait for the reply in WhatsApp or somewhere where people can write if they want some more lessons.
Yeah. Thank you
not,
so
they
much.
Can just personally contact you.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
For those that we want, we can.
Thank you so much, Moses.
It's okay. It's okay. Brian, anything?
Yes. Yeah, of course, it would be nice if we a little bit, for example, like the regression, the simple regression will be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as I'm into to my side, that is.
Okay.
So yeah, but it will, as I said, this is a group, and then it also depend on what others would really want.
All right.
Yeah.
Leonard.
I don't know if you have already covered like about this in financial statistics.
Mm-hmm.
The turnover, uncover, one way, two way, because like us in education, when we are doing research, I think those ones will be very useful.
All right. Yeah, so that's why I didn't want like the introduction to have all those, because those are a bit advanced, I would say. So yeah, so maybe if we can end the intro to R with this, and then we go up for the advanced one, I can cover almost all the lessons that I said there, like the linear regression or how to perform a t-test. And for those that are economists, how to do difference in difference, which is also famous in things like those I can also like do. And maybe for survival analysis, because my master's project was on survival analysis. If you want, for example, we can, like, I can take you through how I did the whole project. And I don't know, maybe you might want it at some point. We never know. So
sure.
yeah, like I was trying to get, for example, if you are HIV positive and you are getting drugs, ART drugs, like okay, in simple terms, in layman's language, I would say I was trying to predict when are you going to die, for example. But God forbid, it shouldn't be that way, but that's how, in simple terms, I would put it. So, like, what are the factors that would make you die quickly? So things like those, yeah. So we can also try to explore that, the whole of the project together, if you'd like. And yeah, sure. I think in terms of data, we still have, I think, as I said, we have someone from the university. I was at Chancellor College who has volunteered to give us the Zoom account. So maybe starting next week, it will be 1 hour, 30 minutes, 4 to 5:30.
Yeah, that's a good development.
All right.
I think it's a good opportunity that you can cover more.
Sure.
So I think if there is an opportunity to to cover all the lessons, that would be good.
All right.
Yeah, because if some of us, I think we did it, and then we, sometime, and then we need to pick up, and then also use now to start moving to use of the practical
sure.
data.
Sure.
Now that's one of the gaps that is there.
Yeah, sure.
We're using little evidence from analyzing it and then applying it in policies or what programs. Yeah, that's what is needed.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for that, and enjoy your weekend. I know time is already gone, so thank you so much for having you. I'm going to upload these on the drive. You can access them. And I'm also I have already shared the book, but I'll share on the group. I'll also share the script that I was writing on. You can also run the whole from this, and you can modify them the way I was trying to modify. You can modify. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.